What's an internet trend you were really glad to see it die? ML chain letter / forwards. Nowadays it's random Facebook posts where they copy plus paste shit like under Article 12 of the Geneva Convention. I do not give Facebook to use my likeness in any photographs or some inane legalese mumbo jumbo. Yeah, right, no, I agreed to the legal terms and conditions. But Barbara at work said if I copy and paste this then there's nothing Facebook can do about it. Almost anything with the word challenge in it. At least Ice Bucket Challenge helped raise awareness and money to fight owls, at least to some extent, but I can't think of another that was anything but annoying. I know the criticisms at the time, but the Ice Bucket Challenge actually raised $220 million for the cause. A drug was developed to slow the disease out of the funding, $90 million went to research, and a few genes were identified that contributed to the disease. The Don't Judge Me challenge, they'd put on glasses, make a fake unibrow, pretend to have acne, etc to make themselves ugly. Then they'd put their hand on the camera, pull it back, and they'd be hot. That shit did the exact opposite of judging. Especially the put on glasses part. Fuck you for saying I have no hope in dating thanks to my unfocused corneas. That film trope where a character takes off their glasses and suddenly they're hot. Game requests on Facebook. Oh man. I got a story for you about that shit. When I was a kid and I first got Facebook, like 12 to 13, my mom insisted she had to have my password to monitor my account, wouldn't let me have full privacy of my account until I was in 10th grade. And the one thing that drove me batshit crazy about her having access to my FB was the stupid games she'd play on my account. She'd play games on her account too, but used mine to shotgun requests to everyone, and then would give them all to herself. So I used to get messages from random people I barely talked to on my friend list bitching at me to stop sending 10 requests a day to some game they played once. So I'd have to pretend my account was hacked and lie to these people, cause I was too embarrassed to say it was my mother. And anytime I'd tell her to stop she just wouldn't listen. And by that point I had gotten into 10th grade and told her I'm done with her shit and changing my password. My lord, was she pissed at me for that, because now she couldn't get game requests. My mother was seriously the worst for that shit. Your mom was ridiculous. The real hardcore Facebook gamers made fake accounts. Then you use those to friend the other hardcore people. I may or may not still have my fake Facebook account. Prankin' hood. Gone wrong, gone sexual, gone spooky, gone illegal. That trend where people would open up products in a grocery store, eat or drink it partially, and then put it back. Or that milk challenge, where people would take 2 gallons of milk, and then pretend to slip and fall, spilling the milk everywhere. The only time that was ever actually funny was when those idiots injured themselves. Saw a video once of a young guy with one in each hand just smash them off the floor, then immediately slip on it. Feet fly up. He goes horizontal in the air, then twists and faceplants the floor. Hilarious. Never been able to find it again. Yahoo chat room flooding. Like you're there 1 minute having a nice chat, and in comes like 20 plus people using the follow feature, and then a thirdker start saying random dumb shit and make it impossible to continue the chat. Assholes. I miss Yahoo and MSN chat rooms. I miss some of the really creative chat rooms that had bot interactions. I remember a Star Wars themed one where stormtroopers would invade the chat and had HP, then the chat had to team up to bring the stormtrooper down, which was easy. But when Yoda appeared you could get one shot, and when you die, you got moved to the sewer chat room. The Kylie Jenner lip challenge. It made me sick every time I saw the thumbnails on YouTube. My cousin wanted to do it, and she asked my mom if we had a shot glass, and my mom told her about how my older sister did that with a larger cup and gained a bruise around her mouth before it was a thing. I remember doing that as a kid. Never sucked the air hard enough to bruise myself, but it was a key part of childhood. How has nobody mentioned the cinnamon challenge? That shit was proper dangerous as well. You could choke from coughing and trying to inhale and end up coating your lungs in it. Oh well, I might die, but at least my lungs will smell like a cake when they autopsy me. Apostrophe. The coumarin in cinnamon can also be hepatotoxic when ingested in large quantities. Everything was epic for a bit. I'm glad things are not epic anymore. Although Epic is one of my most favorite songs ever. Those Keep Calm man memes. Gosh, were they so freaking annoying. Keep calm and blame the Dinkelbergs. Dinklerberg. The weird mustache trend. This happened in 5th/6th grade for me, and it was wild. At least 5th/6th graders is an age group that kind of makes sense for this trend. I was in college at the time, and it was so weird. Legal adults would walk around in mustache t-shirts and socks, carrying binders and purses with mustache prints, etc. I, very briefly, dated a guy who wore those sunglasses with a little dangly plastic mustache hanging from them. He was a grown adult man who could have literally grown a freaking mustache if he was really that into them. But he thought it was better to wear the plastic sunglasses version. Like, just why? Question mark? Question mark? Starting a sentence with when you, which then turns into first person halfway through the sentence. When you are so tired, because I've been up all night. I don't know why this irks me so much, but it really bloody does. When you breathe in oxygen, because you need it to be alive. When you read a sentence, and it fills me with rage. The did I ask trend was pretty toxic. That made me angry like no other. Eventually I just developed a response. If they said did I ask, I'd say, no, but I'm telling you anyway. Apostrophe. It shuts them up. I don't get why people are like did I ask? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? In most places anyway. If we are only allowed to respond to things people were actually asking about, Reddit would be such a dry wasteland of almost no comments. Yarlo. I see you haven't been to WSB. Wall Street Bornal. Not dead yet, but the unpopular opinion but and then something clearly not that unpopular of an opinion really needs to stop. Half of these responses are internet trends that aren't dead yet. Commenting first when someone is the first person to comment on a post. This still happens though. Yeah, still happens on every YouTube video. They just get buried thankfully. The I edited this comment, so the replies don't make sense trend. Guarantee once I say this some jackass is gonna edit the top comment in this thread. Lol, I don't think some people got this memo. I saw this exact thing this morning. Swag made me despise last year of high school. My association with this word is a Justin Bieber song which makes me hate it even more. Getting out of moving car to dance, maybe the most selfish and stupid trend yet. Ghost ride the whip. Is duckface still a thing? I ducking hate that shit. I feel like duckface has been replaced with what I'd call Instagram proportions. Like almost cartoon/ice filters. The whole clown thing. This is so vague that I'm finding it really funny. That dancing baby. Damn. Daniel. Oh god. I'm so glad that doesn't exist anymore. Of course Ellen had them on her show and gave Daniel a lifetime supply of white Vans. I wonder if even he can't watch it now without cringing. Edit. Lol, I wasn't expecting this to blow up so much. At least he donated all those shoes. So some good came out of that. Did he really? Well, that's pretty cool. As a Jeff, I'm glad that the 21 Jump Street meme is starting to die out. When people answer 10 questions about themselves then tag you, because it's your turn. Bitch. Duck you. I ain't participating in this bullshit. The Whip Nini. No idea what that is, but I'll take your word for it and skip the Google search. Annoying song and dance that was a flash in the pan 5 to 6 years ago. Kick/Keek challenge, that was just stupid and dangerous. Did anyone actually do that? Or was it like the Tide Pod challenge where maybe 4 people did it and the media acted like kids were dying left and right? I think people did it, but in all the videos I saw it was pretty much always on some residential street with no traffic. Nobody. Yes, I get what it means, and honestly when it was used correctly it could be kind of funny, but it got to a point where it was being lazily added to every single meme on the internet and hardly made sense anymore. I still see this in YouTube comments all the time. Yeah, YouTube comments really latched onto that meme. Minion memes. Tell that to Facebook mom groups. Planking. Because it was funny when they started planking police cars and getting arrested though. Damn, I'm gonna look for a compilation of that on YouTube now. Making parodies of PPAP. The only valid PPAP parody is Pant Under Pant Apple Pant. Thanks for your comment. I was trying to figure out what a production part approval process parody would look like. All that YOLO shit. I hated seeing that on everything. I even saw it printed on everything in a gift shop in South Carolina. My local Speedy oil change did a sign that I still think about though. Your oil lights on. B. Starting posts with that awkward moment where is really glad memes evolved past rage comics. Had some friends in high school that would say rage comic things out loud, and I was embarrassed for them every time. It's really weird how memes die. I used to laugh my ass off at deep fried memes, but now I just find them annoying. Times change. People do too. Dabbing. Let me just say, I dab, then I watch all my friends cringe. I dab to make my kids cringe. 60% of the time it works every time. Breaking people's androids, then giving them a brand new iPhone. That wasn't a trend. It was a staged YouTube prank. Facebook pokes. It's weird anyway. It's like that weird cat girl in middle school likely scratching on my shoulder because she wants my attention so she can show off her new tail that she got from her uncle. Knows to see. I didn't care then and don't care now. Oddly specific. But you get the idea, don't you? I have a friend named Karen, so I have a mom named Karen. I have an aunt named Karen. That stupid ducking knockout challenge. So many people hurt over viral fame. Piss your pants challenge. That was a thing. Question mark? Question mark? People will do any shit to get views and popularity. Like for a TBH, like for like, basically like for anythings. Emo kid saying things like "Raras I love you" in Dinosaur 333. Happy slapping. That shit was just viral assault. Momo. I think it was only a UK trend, but an evil doll called Momo told kids to self-harm. It scared me, and in 25. Wait, that was a real thing. Maybe I remembered wrong, but I'm in the US. But I remember my school district sending out an email to everyone's parents warning them about it. Honestly, it was so weird though. They've never sent out warnings like that before or since, and I think my mom must have been drinking when she read about it, because I vaguely remember her semi-coherently trying to explain how dangerous it was to me and my brother. I googled it later, and I thought I read something about how it wasn't really a thing, it just originated in some Facebook group. If mom's in the picture of the evil doll was just artwork made by some random Japanese company, did I misunderstand that? Like, did any kids actually harm themselves? I'm 99% sure it was one of those moral panic things. Rickrolling will never die. Of course not. Rick's never gonna give you up. He's never gonna let you down. That stupid ducking Yanni / Laurel and golden dress bullshit. Like, yeah, I've heard it 400 times this week. I hear Yanni. The dress looks blue. Shut the duck up about it because it stopped being interesting after 2 seconds. I was in high school when that happened, and I remember a bunch of guys arguing about the stupid dress when one of the science teachers walks in and say, you know, when I was your age we were more concerned with what was in the dress than what color it was. It shut everyone up, and that was the last anyone talked about it. Does anyone remember that rating website? Hot or Not? It sucked. Literally the only point was to tell people how ugly they are. That, along with people of Walmart. So problematic. IDK if this counts. But when I would go to a watch or listen to music on YouTube, I would go to the comments just to see what was there. So began the trend of horsehair cause of Corin, and it would annoy me so badly, cause I saw it a lot and was thinking, guy, our guys got anything else to say? So yeah, I'm glad I don't see that anymore. Remember that ice cream lick challenge? Where people would go to a grocery store or supermarket, take the top off a tub of ice cream, lick the ice cream, then put the top back on the tub as if nothing happened. Needless to say, that was disgusting and illegal. Blue whale challenge. I've never heard of this one. What is it? I'm scared to Google. Prank videos. Adding extra letters to words and spelling things wrong on purpose. Hey, don't be knocking the French like that. Dat Boy. Tide Pods. The game. You want to know why I love Dat Boy? Dat Boy is a completely self-made meme. So many other memes are based in nostalgic children's shows, funny faces, relatable situations, or references. Not Dad Boy. Dad Boy is completely absurd. It's a low-res frog on a unicycle, and an arbitrary method for greeting him. The first person to ever upvote Dad Boy did not do so out of recognition. The first person to ever upvote Dad Boy did not do so because a pre-existing meme format. The first person to ever upvote Dad Boy upvoted a meme literally pulled from the ether by sheer human creativity and willpower. Dad Boy is evidence that humans can stare into the meaningless void of eternity and force their own meaning onto it. I will always upvote Dad Boy. Oh shit, what up? You want to know why I love Dad Boy? Dad Boy is a completely self-made meme. So many other memes are based in nostalgic children's shows, funny faces, relatable situations, or references. Not Dad Boy. Dad Boy is completely absurd. It's a low-res frog on a unicycle, and an arbitrary method for greeting him. The first person to ever upvote Dad Boy did not do so out of recognition. The first person to ever upvote Dad Boy did not do so because a pre-existing meme format. The first person to ever upvote Dad Boy upvoted a meme literally pulled from the ether by sheer human creativity and willpower. Dad Boy is evidence that humans can stare into the meaningless void of eternity and force their own meaning onto it. I will always upvote Dad Boy. Oh shit, what up? This is a tricky one. I was really glad that bottle flip died. I can recall a few years ago when some kid tried to bottle flip and instead pelted the bottle at my face. It hurt. Haven't seen the word simp for a while. It was funny until it turned into you do anything like even say hi to a girl and you're a simp. Yeah, it got pretty ridiculous. It always made me think that the people who say it are too simple to think of anything else to say. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.